Are you looking to purchase a house right now? Have you had a job transfer, a family event that is really pushing you to get in that house as soon as possible? And are you like a lot of Americans right now where that down payment is the biggest hurdle you have? You can afford the monthly payment, but it's that down payment that is keeping you out of the house. Well, I was on a call the other day with my preferred lender, Ryan Smith, with United Community Bank, and he was telling me about a few of the solutions he has that could get you and your family in a house today with either no or almost no down payment. Ryan, could you tell us a little bit about the programs that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Terrence, I will tell you, the down payment just seems to be a challenge over and over and over again. And at United Community Bank, I've got a couple of solutions that are a little bit different that we offer as a portfolio loan product. And one of those programs is brand new. We've only had it for less than a month, and it's a FHA loan, which normally requires a 3.5% down payment. And there's a second mortgage with that FHA loan for 3.5%. So at this point, we're at 100% financing using an FHA loan. And the
Wow.
benefit there is like you can do it with a credit score down to 600. And it's just normal FHA underwriting guidelines. There's not any real special rules with it.
That's amazing because I know normally when we're working with people, it's a great deal just to get them into an FHA for the 3.5. Now you're telling me they can go into an FHA loan with no down payment and have a 600 credit score?
That is correct. So in my mind, I pre-qualify people all the time, and they have the income
Yeah.
that gives them the ability to carry a mortgage payment that would work. They just don't have the money saved up for that down payment and the closing costs. And then I can take a look at the assets, and I can say, look, you've got $5,000 here, and that's probably not going to be enough for the closing costs. You're probably going to need another 3 or 4,000, and then I can let it's like, hey, this is the non-negotiable. When we make this offer, we need to get an extra 3 or 4K in closing costs, so our client can get into a home with nearly nothing out of pocket.
And that's great for you buyers out there to know because it's not the real estate market of 2 years ago. Sellers are willing to make some concessions now and oftentimes to help out with your closing costs to get that home sold. So that's awesome, Ryan.
Yeah, and in addition to that, so that's just one program, and I want to just give you another couple of examples. Our at United, we have a PATH loan program, which is a first-time home buyer program. That FHA loan is not a first-time home buyer program, by the way. You could actually own another home and do this, but it would follow regular FHA rules where it's got to be somebody relocating from another area. But with my PATH loan, it's 100% financing. It's just one loan, 100%. It's a 30-year fixed mortgage. There's no mortgage insurance on that loan. So the rates are the same or slightly lower than conventional and FHA rates.
Okay.
But with no mortgage insurance, that helps make the payment more affordable. And again, no down payment required.
So let me be clear on that. So the PATH program, is that were you saying this does not have to be a first-time home purchase, or is it FHA?
So on the FHA, you could actually own another piece of property and get this 100% finance. It doesn't matter if you're first-time home buyer or not. With my PATH loan, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer on that either, but you can't own any other real estate at the time of closing.
Got it.
And then one additional program that's just probably my favorite amongst those three is the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. And on that program, it can be an FHA loan, it can be a conventional loan, but they give $15,000 in down payment assistance. And let's just say if you were doing a $300,000 house and putting down 3%, that'd be $9,000. So when they give you $15,000, that covers your down payment of $9,000, and then that leaves you $6,000 left over for closing costs. So with that down payment assistance program, you could, in theory, get into a home with no money out of pocket without the seller paying closing costs.
So you're telling me right now for that individual or family that is looking to get into a house before the end of the year, we could get them in a house for no down payment and no closing costs out of pocket.
That is correct. That is correct.
Don't believe the things that you're hearing at work on news that interest rates are sky high and you can't get into a house and this is the best time to rent. It's not. Ryan Smith has the packages that can get you into a home. What were you about to say, Ryan?
Well, I was just going to say, and this is not programs that require perfect credit, So 2 out of those 3 programs requires a 640 credit score. The FHA loan program I mentioned only requires a 600 credit score. Now, having a higher credit score helps. It gives a better rate typically, but it doesn't require sterling credit scores to get into these programs.
And that 600 credit score is crucial for people right now because I've been working with you for years and have had those people that are 620, 618 that we just couldn't help the way we needed to. Now with the 600, that could be the thing that gets them into a home.
Definitely opens up more doors.
Okay. Well, those are a lot of options if you're looking to purchase right now. Ryan, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you?
The easiest way to call is just give me a call. My mobile number is 919-601-3780. And you can call me at that number 7 days a week.
Okay. I'm going to do a quick recap, Ryan. I'm excited about these 3 options. The first one is the FHA at no down payment with the 2 loans together.
It's a second mortgage. The 3.5% is not a grant, it's not a gift, it's a second mortgage.
Okay.
So you would have a payment on that loan as well. But yeah, it's a 96.5% first with a 3.5% second mortgage.
And they can own a second property and utilize this.
Yes.
And have a 600 credit score.
They have to be relocating from another area, or changing family size. So that's just normal FHA guidelines, but yes, they could.
Okay. And then the second, the PATH program is no down payment and no private mortgage insurance.
Correct.
Okay. And then the third option is the North Carolina housing, which will pay for up to $15,000 in closing costs.
$15,000. And that one, you do have to be a first-time home buyer. And the definition of first-time home buyer means you haven't owned a home in 3 years. So you can have owned a house in the past, but not in the last 3 years.
That's important. That's important. So yes. I'm just going to start calling you Santa Claus Smith instead of Ryan Smith from now on.
By all means.
All right. Thank you. If you guys have any questions about these great programs, please reach out to me or Ryan. Have a great day.